Welcome to O.C.B. After Dark, man. This your boy O.C.B. And y'all got to understand. Look, y'all see my co-host, Strawberry Fantasy.
Oh,
A-bomb in the building. You know what I'm talking about?
Also
Look.
known as Krissy.
Krissy, sweet cheeks. Oh, no. It's your boy O.C.B. Man, you know what time it is for the shot word. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. And let me hit this, you know how I get down, right? A little rough. I had a long, rough night. You know what I'm talking about? And I can't really drink it like I used to. Y'all gonna take a shot with me?
I ain't got nothing.
See, I'm gonna have to fire these folks.
I ain't got nothing.
Oh, well,
You know, I'm usually behind the scenes.
That's right. You
so
gotta pretend. You gotta pretend. You gotta pretend.
Going.
Mm-hmm.
Strawberry wine.
Mm-hmm. And the short word for tonight is
Emotional intelligence.
emotional intelligence. All right, read the definition, A-bomb.
Emotional intelligence is defined as the ability to recognize, manage, and understand emotions. This includes the ability to recognize and interpret your own emotions as well as those of other people. Some researchers suggest that emotional intelligence can be learned and strengthened, while others claim it's an inborn characteristic. According to psychologist and author Daniel Goleman, there are 5 components of emotional intelligence.
And those
All right, so we're going to talk. We're going to start with the first one, which is
self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
Okay. Self-awareness is the ability to recognize and understand your own emotions. It is a critical emotional intelligence skill. So you have to recognize other people's emotions as well as your own. Okay. To become self-aware, you must be capable of just monitoring yourself and your emotions, keeping yourself in check, so that you'll be able to recognize others' emotions.
Right.
Okay.
And we talk about self a lot, especially in my household. We say it a lot on this show too, because one thing about knowing thyself, you can't control people or get people to understand you if you don't know who first.
Right.
You.
Yeah.
Right. So all the work got to be done what they say in-house first.
Right.
You know what I mean? In this house, in your body, in your brain, for you. So you won't be able to get mad at other people when they don't understand you, because you really can't. This is my perspective. Right. Because I mean, if you don't understand you, how you don't expect other people to, you know what I'm saying, understand you when you have to be, you're not self-aware or know yourself.
Right. You have to have knowledge of yourself.
Right. And like we talked about it. We had an episode that we talked about self. It was called protecting your peace. Right.
Episode 38.
Episode 38. So if y'all want to just get into knowing yourself, or just see what we talking about self, and just knowing yourself, protecting your peace, go to episode 38, find it out. You know what I'm saying? Let us know what you think, and then come back to this episode. You know what I'm saying?
Evaluate. Self-assessment, which is a part of self-awareness.
Right.
Right, and we'll put our screen back up about self-awareness. So in our model, we have the recognition of yourself, which is who I am, and then we have the social awareness. We talked about that a little bit as well, and then we'll move on into the second area, which is self-regulation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and just tell us about self-regulation.
Okay, self-regulation is being aware of your own emotions and the impact you have on others. Emotional intelligence requires you to be able to regulate and manage your emotions. Those who are skilled in self-regulation tend to be adaptable. They adapt well to change. They are also good at managing conflict and diffusing tense or difficult situations. They are thoughtful about how they influence others, and they take responsibility for their own actions. And within that, you also understand, why a person did what they did, or, even, when two parties are wrong, like if y'all had a disagreement or misunderstanding, well, you taking responsibility for your actions is one thing. And even if the other person don't take responsibility, you have to understand why they feel like that to even know how to handle your emotions in that situation.
Right. Because you gotta, like you said, like we start with being self-aware, and then regulate yourself.
Exactly.
Like you gotta understand. Like once you already understand yourself, so you know how to handle yourself. Like I can't do this. If I do this, this might happen. Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So. You gotta. It is steps to all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, once you aware, and then you regulate. And this is like with anything. What you think, Mimi?
Yes, exactly. And we also talked about that in our show on self-management, because self-management and self-regulation go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and those who are skilled at self-regulation tend to be flexible and adapt well to change.
Right. And are transparent.
Yeah.
What you mean by trans? What you mean by they being transparent? They are trans. You said they are transparent.
Yeah, they know who they are, and so if people, for instance, like I know who I am. I know I'm self-aware, and so I know that this is how I'm gonna be. And when I meet you, I'm gonna tell you this is how I am. This is me. I'm being pretty transparent with you. I'm being clear with you. I'm not trying to deceive you or anything. I'm letting you know straight up, like, this is what this is who I am. This is what I believe in or whatever. And if you like me, we can be friends. And if you don't, maybe
but
we
you
can
still
see
not
each
saying
other.
that. But you still willing to change though,
Of course,
if it's necessary.
of course, like.
And I think a lot of people not willing to change. They just, because when you say that, like,
Right.
this is me. Like some it can scare some people.
Oh yeah,
right?
no, yeah.
Because well, they gonna who that. If I don't like you now, I know I ain't gonna like you later if you ain't gonna change. But that's
Right.
but they ain't understanding what you're saying. So you know what I'm
Right.
saying. I'm self-aware. I self-regulate, but I'll put you in. You know what I'm saying. I'm trying to make you comfortable being around me, but I'm still gonna be me.
Pretend something.
Yeah,
pretend like I'm
not
somebody
gonna.
I'm not.
Yeah.
But I don't come off that harsh. I always be like, but I'm willing to change. And if you want to tell me something, or you want to tell me, something that
Not
you
for
don't
all
like.
of y'all now. Some of
You
y'all
know.
don't deserve this love.
Yeah, exactly. But
And our next one, did we tell them about the show that corresponds with that one?
Self-management.
Episode 3 for the podcast.
Episode 3. Man, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
I gotta go back and watch that one.
That's self-management, and so we now we're moving on to our social skills. Social skills, you have to be able to interact well with others in order to know what their emotions are.
Right.
So if you don't know how to talk to them or how to interact, then how are you gonna be able to determine what they're feeling or what you're feeling?
Right.
So having strong social skills allows people to build meaningful relationships with other people and develop a stronger understanding of themselves and others. Okay, you also need to be able to apply this in your everyday life.
Right.
Whether you're at work, if you're a manager or not, or if you're just a contributor, you have to be able to talk to people wherever you go.
Right. A lot of people don't have no social skills.
Right.
They so selfish. You know what I mean?
But in order to have social skills, you got to be socially aware.
Right. Exactly. You're not socially aware. You don't have no great social
Because some
skills.
people can't pick up on social cues.
Right.
Like,
it's a lot of
body
people.
language.
Yeah, a lot of people
certain
can't.
things
Right.
people say. Like you'll be like, read the room. Like, can't you read the
Some
room?
people
But some
can't
people
because they are so they're in their own head all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And seeing what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But you can't be like that. Not in a socially driven world, right? We're in a socially driven world. People need social media.
Right.
Like they need approval from people. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So so build your social skills. If you don't have it, take a class.
Right.
Damn
with
it.
that social awareness also comes, empathy. Are you approachable? Can somebody feel like they can walk up to you and talk to you?
And also, your personal integrity,
Yeah.
plays into that, which is like, your honesty, your strong, morals, values, like solid beliefs. Because if you have that, then you're not, able to be corrupted by other people's emotions or their opinions or, you're almost like untouchable at that point.
Right. Because now you just talking. You talking at me. You're not talking to me because we're not. You're not even being empathetic to the way I am. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's like I said, like this is the kind of good segue to you can go into empathy, right? Because in empathy is what.
The ability to understand how others are feeling, and it's absolutely critical to emotional intelligence. we refer to it as put yourself in somebody else's
Right,
shoes.
put yourself in the other people's shoes, and it's kind of hard to do when you are selfish people, right? But you know what I'm saying. You got to do it in steps. Like understand yourself. Be self-aware, self-regulate. Work on your social skills and have empathy, right?
Right.
Put your shoes. I mean, you know, put your feet in somebody else's shoes. You know what I'm saying? You got to see where they coming from. Mirror that person, so you know you can feel what they feel. I know everybody don't have the same life. Everybody don't go through the same things, but every emotion, all of us have the same emotions, right?
And that's that basic,
Well, all of us have,
that
all of us
basic
have,
human
emotions,
emotional needs.
Right,
like
right, but
inclusiveness, acceptance. You want to be loved. You want to be cared.
Right. And that's what you
know.
know. That's why when people don't like your pictures, you be mad.
And you know, empathy is more than just like, empathy.
They be big mad.
It's more than just listening to somebody and understanding. You have to like understand the emotions, like the body language, the tone. Like you gotta understand the emotions, not necessarily like the words they're saying.
Right. Because sometimes you gotta talk. You gotta. Some people like laugh too much, right? To hide the pain. Mm-hmm. But if you know them and you understand, like once you self-aware, you can look at them and be like, they laughed. That wasn't that funny now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. Something ain't all the way right there.
Right there. Yeah.
Right. But when you self-aware, you will pick up on those type of things from people. You know what I'm saying? When you versus when you not.
Yeah. It says being empathetic also allows you to understand the power dynamics that often influence social relationships, especially in like workplace settings. It is important for guiding your interactions with different people you encounter each day. Those competent in this area are able to sense who possesses power in different relationships. They also understand how these forces influence feelings and behaviors of others and, yourself. Mm-hmm. And because of this, they can accurately interpret different situations that hinge on such
right.
And when we say
so that don't mean
that
power,
people, we mean the dominant.
Right.
The person that's more dominant.
Don't mean nobody no empath. That don't mean they just can read your mind. They just understand. They just understand. When you understand body language and like behavior, you kind of pick up. You know what I'm saying? It'll seem like you psychic, but you just automatically just know how to pick up on stuff like that.
You're
right
basically very observant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're real observant and aware, because you know how you can ask a person, did you go outside today, and they'll be like, well, how did you know that I went outside? And you noticed that because you noticed their shoes.
Right.
Their shoes was had grass on them or something. So it's things.
Or you
like
smell like outside. Literally, but you ain't paying the light.
Right.
Told you not to go outside. I ain't been outside.
Yeah,
you got the little dirt ring around your head, little ear dirty. Like you say, your shoes, anything. You know what I'm saying?
You smell it, but we smell it like.
I just came right there. You supposed to be smelling like the house. You smell like outside. right.
Showing how the evidence.
Last but not least, let me put it on the big screen so y'all can see the whole thing. It's motivation.
Man, what that T.I. at, man?
Get on your job.
We can't play. We might get kicked off.
Can we sing the
get on your job.
Tell them.
Get on your job. Nah, stay motivated. And a lot of people problems with staying motivated. I mean, a lot of people have a problem staying motivated.
Right.
Through these steps. But once you lose the desire or don't have any more motivation, start back over. Understand why you started this process in the first place.
Right. You have to like almost reassure or have a good support system to help you reassure yourself and remind you why you were motivated. Like you said, you could tell somebody this ain't nothing. It's just a rainy day for you. It'll be better. It'll be sunshine tomorrow. And then you lost your motivation, and this same person or somebody else come back and say something along the lines of what you told somebody else, and it kind of reminds you and reassures you why you chose that goal or that path anyway. Right.
So I'll take on read the definition for motivation.
Well, we're talking about intrinsic motivation right now because it flows more with emotional intelligence. And intrinsic motivation is basically when you do something out of the mere satisfaction of doing it, not because you're going to get some kind of reward for it. Right. So, for example, you do music, right? So you're doing it for you and for the feeling that it gives you. Right. You're not doing it because you're looking for some money.
Right.
Right.
Can't
Or
have.
group. I don't need no
It would
groupies.
be
I got a
nice.
wife. I don't need no groupies either.
But yeah, so you're not trying to get a reward or nothing. You're not looking for nothing in return. You're doing it because you just simply like to do it. And I most
Hey, Grandma Lou. My bad.
Hey, Grandma Lou. And I recently took up a hobby that I've been trying to perfect for a couple of years. Get your hands down. I see you out the corner of my eye.
Oh.
Hey, girl.
And in perfecting this hobby, a lot of people, they make their things and they for profit. But right now, I just make it because I'm learning and also because of the peace
Yeah.
that it gives me.
And the stress it gives me.
Stress to get in your pockets. But yeah, so you're doing it because you enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of motivation that we're talking about when we're talking about emotional intelligence. We're talking about doing it because you enjoy it, not because you're looking for something reward. And we talked about getting stuff in return on one of these of these podcast episodes. So
you're talking about when you don't do stuff and
expect
some return because I forgot what episode that
so
was.
you got a passion to fulfill your own inner needs and your own goals. Okay, so that's the kind of motivation that we are looking for when we're talking about being emotionally intelligent. What drives you? Are you driven by greed? Are you driven by money? Are you driven by power, or are you just driven by the mere notion of wanting to actually be a better person?
Right.
So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, people like that. I like that in the world. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. But can you be over motivated?
Yes.
Well, it depends on. Okay.
You can be too motivated.
How so?
You can be too motivated and destroy your relationships around you by doing so. When we were talking earlier, Daddy brought up a workaholic. Mm-hmm. Most workaholics, they don't have time for nobody else but they work. They live, breathe, and eat for their job. Mm-hmm. And so that puts a strain on any relationships.
Right.
You don't even probably have relationships at this point. And if you do, like your family ties, it puts a strain on those relationships because you have those people feeling like you don't have time for them. Because it's always work. You never take a break. And then you put stress on yourself, and now you burnt out. Now you tired, and now you stressed.
Mm-hmm. But if you know yourself, you know what I'm saying, be self-aware, right?
Right.
Have social skills, have empathy, and through all these things, and and this motivates you, and through motivation, you will be fine. You'll have healthy motivation, right? Versus bad motivation. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you can say, go ahead.
We also will be talking about, when we talk about emotional intelligence, maybe something that's a little bit new, and you're wondering, okay, well, how can I be emotionally intelligent in my daily life? How do I use this?
And we're gonna let you use it as soon as we play some of this O.C.B, man, cause I'm a little thirsty.
I know you're thirsty. I got the Gatorade to quench your thirsty. I got that extra bonus if you're talking. And that's just it. Yeah, that's just this Thursday. Lord have mercy. You're not birthday. Pull up in that brand new Hershey. Windows down like you're that person. And I'm just talking for smoke off my person. Grab yourself a glass. I know you want this night to last. 'Cause everything is cool. I know that girls get thirsty too. I know that you can get me out your mind. So let's not waste time. 'Cause everything is cool. I know that girls get thirsty too.
She come from the projects with that thought process. Obsessed over money, material objects, and oh yes, I must object. Look in your face and ass, and get you that cash, I gotta laugh. See, I'm in need of you if you in need of me. And I would bleed for you if you would bleed for me. So go against the grain, then it ain't my fault. We on a quest for love to find the root of these black thoughts.
It's okay, it's alright that you want me. You don't have to worry when you're with me. Girl, sit here next to me. You can tell me anything. What's on your mind? It's okay, it's alright that you want me. You don't have to worry when you're with me. Girl, sit here
It's the dream team, man, and thirsty. Your boy O.C.B, you did coming to you soon. What up, baby? This your boy O.C.B, man. Strawberry Fantasy A-Bomb. You did what I'm saying? We're here talking about emotional intelligence. You did what I mean? I like
things
it.
Deal with emotion.
I like it. I love it. Especially, never mind.
Stop. Right
Never
here.
mind. I was about to be a little nurse.
This ain't behind the tent.
This ain't behind the tent. So
Kind
I'm
of
going
merging together these days.
a little bit at it.
Yeah, it is.
All right, go ahead and tell you folks how to use your
EI,
EI.
emotional intelligence.
Hey yo, what's popping tonight? No, my man, that's wrong.
I thought you was gonna say underlay,
Yeah,
mama.
right, that's one.
EI.
Yeah, right. I should have. It would have been better. Go ahead.
So some of the ways that you can practice emotional intelligence. I don't know. These two, y'all gonna have to move. Like in school, you move over
You
there.
move over there. Y'all cannot sit together.
Y'all can't sit together.
Take your whole desk, put it in the hallway.
Ways you can be emotional intelligent is you can accept. You have to be able to accept criticism responsibly. Okay.
You say take criticism.
I meant in responsibility.
Constructive criticism.
I meant in responsibility.
It's kicking in, people. This is not no red pop.
This is not a drill.
I don't know what that is. Be able to accept criticism and responsibility.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have to be able to move on after you make a mistake. So
Move
dwelling.
on, people. Dwelling night, man. Talking about, yeah, man, next time. See, that's that bull. Nah, you know how y'all out here get,
Yeah,
man. Move
yeah,
on, man.
yeah.
It was a mistake. Whatever happened.
move on. You people make mistakes.
And learn from it, though.
People
learn
make
from it
mistakes.
and move on.
And being able to say no when you need to.
We
Assertiveness.
talked about that,
Yeah, we
too,
talked
in
about
another
that.
episode. Yep.
Yeah, you got to tell these people no.
Hell to the no.
To the no.
Hell to the no.
I'm going to bed.
Hey.
So don't ask me.
Hell to the no.
You said what? I'm asleep. Boop, boop, boop.
Hell to the no. No, go ahead.
They hijack my principles.
Go ahead.
Being able to solve problems in ways that work for everybody.
Right.
Okay. Not just what works for you.
Right.
Wait, mama, can you talk about that? Hold up, you got me intrigued.
Okay, say it again.
Being able to solve problems in a way that works for everyone. So,
Everyone that matter. But go ahead.
everybody. So when
No.
you looking for a solution, you got to think about both sides,
Right.
both
Exactly.
parties.
Right.
You learn that in mediation when you're talking about mediating and coming between.
Right.
You may have some
Knowing that everybody ain't gonna be happy now.
No.
But
Yeah,
but
mediation
if
to
it
be
works for the completion, right? We talking about if it
Yeah.
works for everybody and it ain't killing you. It's okay.
Yeah, you got to sit down and come to a consensus or some
Right,
kind of
right.
agreement. Now, some people probably not agree on nothing that you
Right,
say.
but you got to give to get. There was a lot
they're
of
mad,
in
yeah.
business or in relationship. You got to give to give. You don't give up nothing, you don't get nothing.
You got to compromise.
Right,
Right,
compromise.
Yeah.
Right. Having empathy for other people. We talked about that.
Right.
Having great listening skills.
Okay,
Having
explain to
great
people what
listening
listening,
skills.
what listening actually is.
Active listening skills. That means that your mouth is closed while they are talking. You are listening.
Yeah, and your look, and you actually listening to the details. I'm trying to listen, like you not waiting to
Listening
respond.
to
You
respond,
think now you ain't in your head. They talking like I can't wait till they shut up so I can say what I'm gonna say. You're not listening.
You are
right?
hearing.
You hear something coming out of somebody's mouth, but you ain't heard nothing they said, right?
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
to.
you gotta have
Listening
great
is
listening.
understanding
Right,
and processing what the
Right,
other
you got to
person is
process,
saying.
and that's I like the way you put this. You got to process it. Why people telling you process it so you can understand, like you said, everything on their point of view, so you can have an intelligent conversation
Right.
or yes, a rebuttal. It can be a
Yeah,
rebuttal.
and-
You don't have to agree.
It's okay
We're
to
not
disagree.
saying but we talking about, but actually listen though.
And you actually regulating yourself in that. Because you're
Right.
thinking before you speak, so you're
Right,
not just
right.
acting on what somebody said. You had time to process and like,
Yeah.
how do I want to deal with this? How do I want to handle it?
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to resolve it? Is this a conflict that needs a mediator? Things like that.
Right.
Knowing why you do the things you do.
The way you do the things you do, the things you do, the things you do. Gotta smile so bright. No, okay, I'm done.
When they tell you, a lot of people be like, I don't know why I did that. Oh, you know why.
You don't
know
want
why.
to tell it.
You know why.
You know why.
You know why.
Especially if you're self-aware.
Use your head before you lose your head, man. No.
You know that's my commercial.
Right. Go ahead. What's the name?
Not being judgmental. Okay.
Oh
And we
man,
all guilty.
it's gonna. I think that's hurt because everybody. Okay, look, everybody a little judgmental, right?
Yeah.
But we talking about being so judgmental to it. You can't sleep.
Right.
It burns in your head like them old TVs. It's just picture just still there. You just can't get over it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. I hijack you again. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, that was the end of that list. I was just saying these are the different ways in your daily life that you can try to be more emotional intelligent, so that you can become a better person or whatever you need to be. You just need to be aware.
Yeah, because we're trying to be better human people.
That's the goal.
That's the main goal. Yes, you want to be a better self. You want to be a better husband, wife, better father, better black man, better white man, Hispanic, whatever you are. You want to be better all that. But all in all, you want to be a better human. Okay?
Yeah.
A well-rounded.
Better.
A better what?
No, I'm just messing with you because you go down the old line. A better.
Whatever you are.
Whatever you
Everybody.
are. A better alien.
Alien, monkey, or goddamn a chill pit. Shit, better be better. Look, just be better, man. You know what I'm saying? We can all get along. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Can't we all just get along? No, just
Okay, Rodney.
Right?
Now, tips for improving. We're gonna give you a free tips to improving your emotional intelligence before we let you go.
Right.
We already talked about these things. You gotta listen. You gotta empathize, and you got to reflect.
Right. Now, this is the big one for me. Let's talk about. What was it? Listen. We talked about, like you said, reflect. Explain that. Say this.
Reflect. Okay. The ability to reason with emotions is an important part of emotional intelligence. Okay, so you got to understand how your emotions influence other people's decisions as well. A lot of us are very, very influential.
Yeah. Now, please say that one more time.
You got to be careful how your emotions, your feelings, your decision impact other people.
Yeah, exactly.
Your decisions.
Man, look, people, what y'all do matters because people are always watching. I'm talking about your kids, your family, your friends. So when they say dumb shit to you, because evidently you probably did something stupid as hell and wasn't paying attention to who? Yourself. What you say.
What you did.
And what you did, how you reacted to a certain situation. I ain't say nothing, but the way you reacted, all of that matters. Go ahead.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. Why did they do that? Why did they say that? Why did I do that? Why did I say that? What I said, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I shot off for no reason. Now that I think about it and I reflect on it, maybe there was something that I said that I shouldn't have said, and which made this person feel that way. Right. So I got to think about it. Oh, they do have a point there. I probably did hurt their feelings. Or are they probably
but I do that to everybody. That's just who I am. We don't care. Fix it.
Like,
everybody can't take criticism in the same kind of way. Yeah. But I do this to everybody. If somebody you gonna get your ass whooped. You gonna get your own ass whooped for just being you. I'm just saying.
Be somebody else. You just want to do better.
But you want to adapt. That's why you adapt.
You want to do better, and you want to be more observant. You want to be in tune with other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions. But you want to have your own thoughts, feelings, and emotions in check. And you got to have yourself in check because sometimes we don't know how we are, because we were asking each other earlier, were we aggressive?
Right.
And I said, no, I'm not aggressive.
Everybody, you are. She was aggressive with me. I'm like, yeah, you look. Now that was the question she asked. Now, but has she always been aggressive? See, that's a whole different conversation. She wasn't. Now you got to figure out what made. What happened. You can always ask a question and get an answer. You can be pissed, but you got to have a whole conversation, right? That's why, I always say, I hate what they call clickbait, or you know what I'm saying. Like you get a snippet of something and you think that's law or that's what it is. No, it's a story behind just this small clip, right?
Yeah.
Untold stories.
Right. So you mean to tell me they said fuck you, But it was some more to it. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Once you hear the story, I would have said this shit too. Yeah, you fucked it. Like, you know what I mean? But you have to hear the whole story though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You can't filter out certain parts that you like.
Right. Don't do that, and please don't do that to people, man, because that shit it's disrespectful.
Turn your filter off.
Yeah.
It makes people very annoyed.
Like you in court, like how lawyers do you, like, but you answer the question. Bro, it's more to it to why I even got there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Explain. They just go yes or no.
Right. Yes or no. It's more like we are not in a world that's like ones or what's called binary world, right? We they used to put us in a binary world. We're not. It's a lot of gray in this, people.
Right.
Give people a chance to explain. So you through them explaining, you have empathy. Put yourself in their shoes and see would you do the same thing. Right? Or reacted the same way. Right or wrong. We're not talking about right or wrong. We're just talking about would you react the same way regardless of what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We often self-reflect without even knowing.
Right.
Like if you ever been by yourself and you start thinking about like how you
and
feel
that's what
your
that time for though. Like we talked about
time.
just what was the episode with this? Being balanced, I think, or was it I can't remember what episode it was. But it just having time. No, we was talking about the introverts and extroverts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were talking about introverts and extroverts and how you have to have time to rebuild your energy, recharge. You know what I'm saying? Get off to yourself and like have self-reflection so you will be okay, right? Because if you don't, like everybody needs to do that. You know what I mean? Regardless of what, a lot of people like do yoga now. You know what I'm saying? Hot yoga or whatever.
Yeah, I love
journaling.
Right.
Music,
yeah, we talked.
Yeah, stuff like that. And I want to go back to listening right quick because we got to talk about body language, and we kind of talked about body language, body language the other day when you were telling Ajah about how she speaks with her hands violently.
And it's intimidating to people. It becomes
but I'm friendly. I promise.
I'm just saying when I say violently, I mean
right. And a lot of people get scared of that, like using your hands and walking up on them, and you can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, body language is everything.
Right. That's coming about being self-aware too, like knowing that yourself is a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? You got to be you a certain kind of, knowing that you a certain kind of way and that you intimidated by, you can be intimidating to people because of your body language and how you use your words, how you pronounce. Cause me and my wife used to have a thing. Well, she used to have a thing with me, people. All right. Why you say it like that? You hollering at me, huh? What? You don't holler. I'm just saying. But your voice went up like this.
That's what she been telling me.
Right. But it's a reason. She traumatized from something. But there ain't nothing wrong with that. But I have to be aware of them. Like, I know she don't like that. Right. So I have to be aware of my surroundings. The way I am. Right. Because I'm a big old black dude. Right. Even to my wife, I'm still a big black dude now. But, I got to calm down, be aware of my tonality, to how I talk, and all of those things, because all of it matters to
because it
people.
can affect your household.
Yeah, it can affect your household.
Yeah, it's the whole mood.
It's just your friends and everything. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I might not mean nothing bad.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying?
The intent is good.
It's like even at work, too. Like, a lot of everybody just pay attention. Read the room, people. Read the room.
Heavy on reading the room.
Yeah.
Because it can save your life one day, or you can get yourself out of a situation that won't cause you to be in an emotional bond.
And now you got to worry about saying like, "How they being me?" Okay, you saw it being you got you. You got your ass whooped. See?
Both of y'all.
Get up! I done told you. Let me come pick you up. Let's go home.
Right. So you know what I'm saying? You got anything to say, baby?
I think I pretty much said it all.
And so, in this, like I said, reflect, people. Just go through this list one more time and give them the 5 steps to get to mental bliss.
The 5 steps. Hit it, Ajah.
To eternity. Are we singing still?
No, we're not singing.
Emotional.
We get self-awareness, self-reflection.
Emotional.
I'm sorry, hold on, y'all. I'm sorry, I was on the wrong page.
Yeah.
She's on the wrong page.
I thought we were
getting ready to sing.
She ready. She hype.
Let me put it back up there for everybody.
It is self-awareness, self-regulation, social skills and social awareness, empathy, and motivation.
Get on your job.
Get on your job, people. I said get on your job, people. Motivation. Yeah. So, and then what's the last word? And then the last words of O.C.B. after dark, man. Look, this right here is it's been a work in progress for me, my family, you know, all of us. You know what I'm saying? Understanding who I am, understand what I bring to the table, and the mood that I bring to the room. You know what I'm saying? It can be good and bad at the same time, but I work on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly working on it. What we talking about is like no overnight thing. Right, because you will backslide, what you call it, or you know, redirect. You know what I mean? But fall off the wagon. But always be mindful that this is the journey. You know what I'm saying?
It is a journey. And speaking of that journey, we all are supposed to be trying to achieve this higher level as a human being. We're trying to be better, basically. Some of us are more woke than others. Some of us have grown another eye or whatever. But, however, we know that we have to. Okay, now my whole thing just went out, but I think I still.
Was it?
The video, but I think I still have audio. So,
right.
Just what we're saying is just make sure that you are. Make sure that you are emotionally intelligent. Make sure that you are striving to be the best person that you can be. Okay. And that's all I have.
Go ahead, A-Bone.
Before my video starts acting up again.
You know, I am working on my emotional intelligence. I'm not, 100% there yet, but I'm only 20, so I got a lifetime to go. I think all these points are important. I think empathy is the most important out of the list. I mean, you can debate listening is, but I just think without empathy, I mean, you'll never think you're wrong, and that could lead you down a terrible path. So I just feel like empathy is just like something that's you just have to work to get it if you don't have it. And if you have low empathy, maybe you can strengthen it. To be closer and understand people. I think that's why people feel so misunderstood sometimes. Is that they feel like nobody's understanding what they're trying to convey.
Right.
Like they feel like they clearly expressing themselves, but the person receiving it is not. They're not empathizing with them. They just see them either how they saw them when they knew them, or they like we were talking about how people always see you a certain way. Even if you get better. Right. Well, you're not seeing me for who I am now, nor are you empathizing what I've, accomplished, been through, whatever. And it kind of plays into that.
Because a lot of people don't respect the change, you know what I'm saying? Which is okay, too.
Right.
But,
or
they always remember you as that because some people don't adapt. Some people don't want to change. And maybe when you were like that's the best part of their life. I don't know.
Yeah, but in getting to know you and the new you, they will come to know, how you are now. And we apologize. We're going a little bit over tonight, but we trying to work out a few kinks here.
Yep.
We'll definitely see you guys for the next episode of O.C.B.
Yeah, man, this your boy O.C.B, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? And love. And we out this mofo. Did I really say mofo? Yeah, weird. I just watched The Last Dragon, people. I'm sorry.
What is that? I said you possess the power of the glow.
On the weekend, we gonna ride and chill and do what players do. No more working, we gonna get dressed to death and choose up on the few. Strictly sipping, because we're regal, baby, and that's just what we